Okay, so in the cage now we have Beck and Lawless, possibly the best surname I've ever seen whilst commentating for MMA events. I might change my name to that by default. Lawless fighting from M1 Junction 14, 64.4 kilograms when he weighed in today. Lawless is in the blue rash guard, black shorts. His opponent from Paul Cage Academy, Gary Mithinson. Mithinson weighing in at 70 kilograms. From Paul Cage Academy, Mithinson in the red corner with the white shorts on. Lawless comes out with a massive barrage of kicks. Short little body shots from Mithinson. Bit of a scramble for a takedown there. Mithinson lands up on top. Side control. Lawless going for overhooks, trying to turn the position to his advantage. Mithinson tries to jump over into mount and loses his position into the guard position. So, good stuff there from Lawless, taking advantage of that little jump from Mithinson, claiming full guard. Locks his ankles on, so that's a tight guard closed position. Mithinson looking to posture up. Driving his shoulder down into the chest of Beck and Lawless. Lawless is securing the overhooks. He's got one overhook left. Mithinson's freed his left arm and needs to free his right arm through. Textbook stuff there from Mithinson, rolling the elbow through. Postures up, controls Lawless's hips. He's going to now look to try and break guard. But look at that fantastic reclaim from Lawless there. Shoots up, body locks Mithinson and pulls him back in. As they turn away from the commentary box, I can't quite see. Mithinson posturing up again. And there's Lawless again trying to pull Mithinson in, use his momentum to pull him in and body lock him. Now there we see Lawless trying to separate an arm and gain control. Mithinson really needs to pass this guard position. He needs to not be in guard at the moment. Lawless is showing that he's no slouch, and if Mithinson gives him any gaps, he will take advantage of that. And he will look for a submission finish. So this is round 1, season 4. The slate has been wiped clean. Everything's to play for. All the gyms are back on 0 points. All the fighters back on 0 points. We've got some new faces. We've got some veteran faces. Everyone is looking to be top of their weight category come the end of the league. And you've got to do that, taking home maximum points. Everyone wants that double win today. 2 minutes 10 on the clock. We're not halfway through this round yet. Mithinson's still on top in guard position, but Lawless, fantastic control. Working Mithinson's left arm, trying to isolate the arm. Using his body effectively, doing the plank position where you can see his hips raising off the floor, pushing Mithinson away and then almost doing a sit-up and pulling him in towards him. Fantastic control. Making it incredibly difficult for Gary Mithinson to pass the guard position. There we see some big shots from Mithinson. Frustration at being stuck in this guard position. Guard is one of the most common positions that you find yourself in at amateur, semi-pro and professional level MMA. It's very, very versatile. For this position, for this reason, you're in guard, you actually don't have a lot of control. The man on the bottom has a lot of control. We can see Lawless giving a fantastic demonstration of that right now when he planks his body out straight. He pushes Mithinson away. He can't strike, he can't do a great deal. And when he wants him in, he crunches him in, working his legs higher up the body. He's going to start looking for a submission from the guard position. You see Mithinson is getting frustrated now. We can see it on his face there, trying to regain his composure, suck the oxygen in. It's very tiring, trying to break a guard that is very strong. Okay, so we're still in this same static position. So Mithinson in a closed guard position. Lawless on the ground. I would really like to see Lawless trying to move from this position, work his submission. Both of these guys are going to be devastated if they go the distance, put all this effort into this fantastic technical display and only take away 1 point. They want maximum points. 3 points for the win. This is what makes the UK MMA League what it is. It's what makes it the biggest amateur league in Europe. really helps develop your fighters. It pushes the guys to develop their ground game. They move on from the amateur ranks into the pro level with a very strong ground game. And we've already seen some big names go from the MMA League all the way through the professional ranks, appearing on shows like BAMA, Ultimate Challenge, Shock and Awe, Fight UK. Dying 10 seconds of the round, so we're going to go to the finish with Lawless on his back, closed guard position, unable to submit the finish. Mithinson on top, rides it out. It's a point apiece. We go to a draw. Gary Mithinson, Beck and Lawless, ends in a draw. Okay, so this next bout will be slightly more difficult than usual because in the red corner we have Andrew Taylor. In the blue corner we have George Taylor. No relation. So I cannot refer to them as Taylors, as you would get rather confused. So, George Taylor in the blue corner, now one known as George, weighing in at 72.9 kilos from M1 Junction 14. So George in the white shorts, Andrew Taylor, 67.2 kilograms, SJ MMA. Andrew in the black shorts in the red corner. Barrage of body shots from Andrew Taylor. George sinks guillotine, standing guillotine in very, very early on. Carrying a slight height advantage. George being advised to pull the guard position. He does, sits down, locks the hips down. That's a strong guillotine position. It's a good position to be in if you want to walk away with 3 points maximum. George loses one of his hands control points. Andrew Taylor back standing. Frantically fast pace to open this round. Absolutely fantastic stuff. George bursting into cage control. Andrew's got a right underhook. George has a right underhook. With one underhook apiece, this is a common MMA clinch position that you will see drilled. It's got a Roman Greco background. George still securing the overhook. Trying to take Andrew's rear choke position. We're going to have a brief time out there. One of those knees were a bit low. So, George Taylor. Andrew Taylor with a low knee there. Andrew Taylor will be letting us know very soon whether he's able to continue after that low shot. We do wear groin protection. Does still happen nonetheless. It is one of those things, unfortunately. So, George Taylor in the white shorts from M1 Junction 14. Andrew Taylor from SJ MMA with his head stuck, stacks George up into the cage wall. We can see Andrew being advised by his corner how to escape this guillotine. There's two ways. You slam your way out of it, or you look up, throw your left arm over. George Taylor is controlling his left arm, so that option is not available. George Taylor in a very good position. He's got head control. He's got his hips on top of Andrew Taylor. Pinning him over in the red corner. Andrew Taylor's head pops out. George Taylor posturing up. High mount control. You can see the right leg come around. He's looking for a seated triangle or an armbar attempt from here. Andrew Taylor pushing back. George Taylor working Andrew Taylor's left arm. Andrew taking fantastic advance there of the weight distribution of George Taylor as he overcommits to that submission. So Andrew is posturing up. George has a closed guard position. Still in the closed guard position. So George Taylor on his back, closed guard position. Andrew Taylor on top. George opens the guard momentarily. Andrew is unaware of that. Very, very high shot there. We're going to have a brief timeout there. There we see George Taylor. Happy to carry on there. It does happen. It's very difficult to throw shots at the body only when your opponent's trying to defend those shots actively. So one of Andrew Taylor's shots straying very high. Hasn't seemed to have slowed George Taylor's pace down. So, the standing clinch game. 2 high knees from Taylor. Another high knee from George Taylor. Little hammer fist. And a nice takedown from Andrew Taylor, but George reverses that straight into mount position. So we can hear George Taylor's corner advising him to go high. Very high mount control. This is particularly devastating for Andrew Taylor because you lose control of your shoulders, you lose the ability to throw your arms under to defend the shot. And there's the armbar attempt. So George Taylor turns over, looks for the armbar attempt. Andrew Taylor rolls in, tucks his arm tight, and George Taylor ends up on his back. So Andrew on top. George has worked to guard position. Close the guard again. Really tying up any potential shots from Andrew Taylor. So nice work here from George. Beautiful hip bounce turn. So hip bounce turn there from George Taylor. Takes him straight into mount position. Now he postures up. Prizing the face of Andrew Taylor. You can't strike the face, but you can place your arm on it. You can peel it off. That's perfectly legal and a very effective attempt. And here we go. So Americana attempt. That's beautiful. Elbow to hip. Very, very deep. Good stuff from George Taylor. Riding high in the mount position. He's going to be looking to finish. Couple of shots into the midriff. He can hear the 10-second clacker. He knows he's got to get a move on. Is he going to get the finish? Are we going to go to a draw? Yes, we are. Fantastic last-ditch attempt there from George Taylor, but we're going to go to a draw. George Taylor, M1 Junction 14. Andrew Taylor, SJMMA, goes the distance, ends in a draw.
Yes or no, please? Great fight, guys. Andy, smile. Draw.
So here in the blue corner we've got Caleb, weighed in 76.4 kilos. And in the red corner we've got Adam Knight, also 76.4 kilos, fighting out of K-Star Gym. Okay, referee's giving his final instructions. And off we go. Okay, Caleb being stalked by Adam right there, and shoots in. Good takedown. So now he's gone down to the floor. Obviously, he just wants to slow the pace down a bit, keep control of Caleb. As we've seen a lot today, guys stalking other guys, coming straight for the takedown. It's good to see them nice and calm when they hit the floor. Looks like Caleb's taking the leg of Adam Knight there. It's a half guard to stop and pull him out. Sensible thing to do. You can hear Lloyd in the corner of Caleb there, shouting for the lockdown rather than half guard. See the lockdown keeps a lot better control. I think Adam, well, big blows raining down from Adam. I know we only do body shots in the MMA, but that, he must have felt that. As you can see there, Caleb now has the lockdown on the leg, keeping this opponent nice and low from posturing up, stops him from posturing up. There's quite a few escapes that you can move from here as well. So Adam's kept some real good control here on Caleb. Even with the lockdown on his leg, he still managed to keep on top, keep control. Just need to see now whether he can progress any further with submission. As you can see, Adam pulling Caleb over to his corner so he can hear his corner end better to get more instructions. Caleb working, looks like he's working for triangles, arm bars. See quite a lot of triangles, arm bars from the back in the MMA League. Obviously there being no headshots, of course. It's a lot safer to do so working from your back. You can just see though Adam taking the arm of or the wrist of Caleb under his back, obviously just to make it a lot more difficult for. But Caleb's actually pulled on a triangle. Can he finish this fight now? His arms across his face. Looks like he's actually trying for an armbar as well as a triangle. A great transition there by Caleb. Adam does look quite comfortable just sitting there for the second, taking a breather, figuring out how he's going to escape this triangle. Adam's doing the right thing there, he's postured up, he's trying to get his arm back over his face. You can hear Lloyd Clarkson in Caleb's corner shouting to take the ankles. Being this side of the cage and the noise you can probably hear in here, he's not doing it. Adam doing the right thing, he's trying to step over Caleb's head, obviously with the cage impeding him doing that. I must say, Adam's been holding his triangle off really well. And also Kay's been holding on very well. As I know myself, holding a triangle for this long is draining. As you can hear, last 10 seconds to go. He's working for an armbar. He's got his leg over, he's in the armbar. Is he going to get it within the last 10 seconds? What a good technical fight that was from both fighters. Good takedown by Adam. Nice submission attempts by Caleb. Yeah, all in all, a good fight.
Cheers, buddy.
Just waiting for the referee's official decision. It's a well-deserved draw for both guys.